get all my recordings here. I'm sorry. Let me get that going. And I need to record. Okay, now you're ready to go.
Okay, I am Paul Sabin, Mayor of the Town of Penny Farms for 2020 and Chair of the Finance Committee. And it is now 10:02 a.m. on August 17th of 2020. And I call this meeting to order. And present is Town Manager David Cooper, Anita Cooper, Town Clerk, Bill Brower, Paul Sabin, Tom Ryder, and Susan Kinsley. So we're all present. According to the Florida Municipal Officials Manual, although citizens are allowed to attend all meetings of the public body, there is no requirement that citizens be allowed to participate in these meetings. Citizens are permitted to participate at public hearings and legislative meetings such as the town council meetings. So at this time, we want to first of all acknowledge that today is Bill Brower's birthday. And we are very happy for you, Bill, and glad you're on our committee. I'll accept a motion to approve the July 2020 Finance Committee minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
Yeah, Tom Ryder. So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion, any questions? Comments or corrections to the minutes that need to be addressed? Hearing none, then all those who will favor the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, today we're going over the July monthly fund reports. We are in need for a second item on the agenda to pass a motion with a recommendation for the full council on a millage rate for the year coming for the new proposed budget 2021. So we'll be attending to that as a second item. And then thirdly, anything coming further from staff. So I guess at this point, David, are we turning to you to start us through with the bank statements and then the accounts?
Sure, we can do the all the bank statements, what we had there first, and then we can start with the general fund, but I'll do the bank statements first. The general fund, we have $702,918. The CDBG grant account has a $10 in it. Water Utility Enterprise Fund is $152,566. Wastewater Sewer Fund is $33,934. Water Utility Reserve is $103,095. Customer deposit is $22,416, and wastewater restricted DEP is $40,684.
Okay.
If you go to your general fund, the line item number 361200, interest income was $206.12 was received in interest this month. If you go to the expense section, if you go to line item 513-3100, professional services, $125 was paid out to Net Group Online. That's the town's website for several ADA compliant PDF conversions. If you go to line item 513-3200, accounting auditing, that's the amount of $5,000 was paid to the auditor for the annual physical report out of the general fund. Line item 521-0001, state grant, CDBG, stormwater, $380 was paid out to the St. Johns River Water Management for the permit fee needed for the project. Line item number 524, 3100, inspections, plans, and reviews. A total of $770 was paid out to Clay County for 19 inspections and 3 plan reviews. Line item number 524, 4900, state surcharges, 1973 was paid to the state for the quarter ending 6/30/2020. Line item number 541, 4600, repair and maintenance. A total of $297.50 was paid out as follows: $144.85 for the service on the 2006 Chevy pickup truck and repaired overheating, heater hoses, and added coolant. $151.65 for the complete service on the pressure washer as that's repaired. Line item number 541, 5200, operating supplies, $118.99 was paid out for the purchase of a compact jack for the shop. Line item number 541, 5300, road materials, supplies, and equipment, a total of $30 for the shortage on the original invoice for the red reflectors that we put on all of the 69 stop signs. So we had a total income of $35,554.57, a total expense of $28,243.66. So we had a positive of $7,310 in the general fund. If you go to your water utility fund, on the line item number 343-3011, new account fees, $30 is for setting up a new water account this month. Line item number 343-4003, special pickup charges, $123.50 was collected this month for special pickup fees and solid waste. Line item number 343-4005, solid waste franchise fees. This line item totals $800 from advanced disposal of $693.54 and Metagreen waste at $120. So our solid waste revenue at 92.5%. Our solid waste, our water revenue, I'm sorry, 92.5, and our solid waste revenue is at 81.2. A total of $2,003.18. $1,189.64 is for garbage service items, and $813 is for solid waste franchise fees. Miscellaneous revenue was 56.7%, a total of $81.67 is for the following interest earned. Ameris water utility interest, $44.56. Ameris customer deposit interest, $6.68, and Ameris water reserve interest at $30.43. So as you can see, the interest is really down. On the expense side, line item number 533-3100, professional services, the total of $502.48 was paid out for the following expenses. $379.79 was paid to U.S. Water for the required water samples. Chlorine testing for July 2020 was $123.09. was paid out to Sunshine State, one for the annual assessment for locates within the town. We have to do the locates. Line item number 533-3200, accounting and auditing, $1,000 was for the water utility portion of the audit bill to the auditor for the annual financial audit. Line item number 533-5100 was office supplies. The total of $189.39 was for 16 2.5 gallons of chlorine, keys, wet cement, PVC valves. Total income was $10,307.45. Our total expenses were $6,816.44. We had a positive of $3,491.01. If you go to your wastewater,
Just a second.
yes, go ahead.
Do you want to note the heading? This is July, right? We're,
Yes.
the heading's June, but we want it to be July, right?
It's definitely July.
Yes, July.
Okay, thank you.
You go to your wastewater sewer fund, nothing real significant there. Our wastewater revenue is 81.4%. Our miscellaneous revenue was a total of 2242. Is for the following. Ameris wastewater sewer fund was $10.67. Ameris wastewater restricted DEP was $11.75. On our expense side, line item number 535-3100, professional services, the total of $210 was paid out for a service call to the lift station at the car wash to unclog the pump. Line item number 535-3200, accounting and auditing, $2,000 was the wastewater sewer portion of the annual financial report paid to the auditor. Line item number 535-4900, CCUA. The amount of $7,675 was paid out to Clay County, so that was a little bit higher than normal. We had that, and then you had a total income of $15,247.45. Total expenses were $16,627.21. So we had a negative balance of $1,379. But remember that $2,000 is in there for the auditors that we do once a year, or this wouldn't have been negative. And we had a higher CCUA bill. We did find last week, we did find another manhole where water was seeping into the sewer system, quite a bit of water in there. We have since then repaired that. So hopefully we'll see that go back down again. We're in the process of inspecting all of the sewer manholes again now.
Okay, are there any questions from the committee on any of these three reports?
No.
Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion that we accept these reports for the month of July. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Okay, any further discussion? All those who would accept, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, Susan, before we move on to the next item on the agenda, you have raised some good questions with me last week, and I know Anita got with you to talk. Is there anything from your discussion with her that you'd like to share? I'm not asking for it. I just want to be sure you were satisfied that you understand the issues that you raised.
Yes, we had a productive conversation, and we're going to add a statement about the revenue in building permit that will satisfy the needs. So we're in good stead here. Thank you.
Okay. Then we'll move to the second item on the agenda. We will, of course, hold in the month of September two hearings relative to the new millage rate, or whatever it is, whether it's current or revised or changed. And it is helpful to the process if a recommendation comes from the Finance Committee this month, which I will pull my report on Wednesday night and report what the recommendation is from the committee. This gives the council people time to reflect of their own responses to our recommendation. They of course make the final decision. When we And I want to thank the committee for agreeing to have an extra meeting so we would have a little time to reflect on this decision and also everything else that we had learned at the workshop. When we met last week, there are 4 of us on the committee. There were 2 members who recommended that we keep the current rollback rate of 4.96, I think it is, going forward, which was the figure that was presented in the proposed budget. There were 2 of us on the committee who recommended a consideration of a slight reduction based on the current year we're living through and the difficulty of communicating with the citizens of this town in an open public forum. So I'll ask the question, has anybody on the committee had time to reflect? Are there any difference of opinions from individual members that you'd like to discuss before we present a motion on our recommendation?
Paul,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes, Bill.
I was one of the ones who voiced the opinion that I felt we should stay with the rollback rate. I've been thinking about it a fair amount since our last session, and taking into account everything, both for the general economy as well as the economy of the town, I would say that I would be willing to change my suggestion and see myself satisfying a motion to move the rate down to 4.5.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else wish to make a comment?
Well, I could make a comment.
Go ahead.
I looked at this also and tried to, some of the different ones felt the rollback rate or 5 or something. But anyway, I took the 5 mil, I took kind of 2 of those and 2 of the 4.5, and I found that it was a mill rate of 4.75, and it would seem like kind of a compromise from the 4.5 if it's needed. And then I multiplied that out with the mill rate, which would give 72,558, which would be dropping down our infrastructure available cash by 3,259. But the advantage would be that we would be lowering the mill rate and therefore lowering some of the taxes, which giving some relief to the community, but also would have a modest impact on the infrastructure investment. So I just a thought. I'm happy with the 4.5, but the 4.75 would be just a thought to consider.
Okay, thank you.
Tom,
Tom?
I'm still in favor of leaving it at 5 because I think the town, needs the money. And if you look at the impact on citizens, outside of PRC, it's roughly $30 a year. The more that they would be paying, or less they would be paying if we rolled it back. On the other hand, thinking about Susan's idea, if we want to do a token rollback, essentially, we could go to 4.75.
Okay. Does somebody wish to make a motion at this point? Because as chair of the committee, that is not appropriate for me.
Okay, I'll move that we propose a rollback rate of 4.75 for fiscal year, 2021.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion further? Okay, not hearing any, then I'll call the question. We'll do this by voice, and if there's any issue, we'll individually poll the members, so we're absolutely certain that we've got this recorded correctly. All those who would favor the motion that Tom Ryder has made, I believe it was 4.75, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, all who would support that will say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Carried. Let's just individually poll the committee. I think that's appropriate, just to be honestly, that we
Thank
heard
you.
everybody.
That would help
So
me.
Anita, would you call the members of the committee by name?
I need Bill Brower. That was a yes for a 4.75. Is that what I'm hearing correctly?
That's
Yes.
the motion. That's
Okay.
on the table.
Okay.
Bill,
so
I missed your hand.
Brower said yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Anita.
I'm sorry, Miss Kimsey, a 4.75
Yes.
was a yes. And Mr. Ryder.
Yes.
Okay, and Chairman Saban, you do have a say in this as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is unanimous, so that we have accepted that recommendation, and that will be what is reported by me on Wednesday night when I pull my report to the council. As I mentioned earlier, we've made our determination today. Obviously, we'll be having another finance meeting in September prior to that first public hearing. But unless there's a change of perspective, this will
Yeah.
stand as our recommendation.
Okay, so it's a unanimous decision for the recommendation to the town council to be a 4.75.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, anything
At this
further?
point. That is subject to change, just so the committee knows.
Yes.
The town council makes the final decision. That is the recommendation from the finance committee. However, they could choose to do something else. There is still time to lower that
But we
further or
are,
adjust it either way. So
yeah,
just so you know.
we are, that's part of our responsibility in our town structure for us to, if you will, take the lead to give. And we heard the other night at the workshop, last week at the workshop, I think if you were listening, I think almost everybody on the committee participated in that. We heard several council members say that they very much wanted to hear the recommendation from the finance committee. So
Correct.
that's good. Now, is there anything further from staff that we need to present at this time?
The town manager, do you have any comments regarding
No, I
this?
just, Mr. Saban, I already got with you on about Wednesday for the service truck.
Yes. Okay, well, I appreciate the finance committee's faithfulness to go the extra mile this month to be sure we take every opportunity to carefully review this millage decision, because it does have an impact in a number of ways on our ongoing work. So I thank you all for your patience, and I encourage you, if you so wish, to participate with us on Wednesday night when we have our town council meeting, so that you can be tuned into what happens there. And if it becomes necessary to ask for any feedback from the committee at that meeting, for resource purposes only, we'll know, hopefully we'll have somebody else there besides me. So, not knowing of anything else that needs to be on the agenda, I'll
Yeah,
entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Saban, the town
Yes.
manager asked for the finance committee's consideration with the purchase of a new service truck. This would be outside of the budget. This would have been a direct
Yes,
purchase out of the general fund. If we are going to do that, then that can be approved at this particular upcoming town council meeting.
So we would be helpful to do
So
that.
make sure that all the finance
Yes.
committee members were on board with that. If you want to just recheck that and make sure that that was and confirm that that was the decision and it was approved by the finance committee, because that will be a separate motion needed at the next town council meeting.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion from somebody on the committee to approve this purchase so that we can pass this on as a part of my report on Wednesday night from the committee.
I'll move. So moved.
Is there a second?
Second. Second.
Discussion?
Okay.
Hearing none, all those in favor will say aye.
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 Opposed?
Thank you
Carried.
so much.
Okay, I think that that does it. Stay well, and we'll keep chugging along.
Be
So
back on
I
my
declare this meeting adjourned.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.